start this? Where do we start even? Oh, surprise, I'm back. Yes, bitch, he's a twat. I really can't cope. Let's go. Hi guys, I'm very late starting this because I started it. Well, I'm late starting the vlog, I mean, because I started the book just whilst I was crocheting and playing my game. I've started Empire of Storms. So we're just going to try and give you a brief roundup of what's gone on so far. I'm just going to check where I am on the audiobook because shit's gone down. I'm on chapter 19. So because this is a spoilery vlog, I will preface this again by saying I will be giving full spoilers. And I know that sounds like daft that I'm saying that again, but I just want to make sure that anyone who watches this fully knows that there are spoilers that come in. And there will be spoilers aplenty, because I have thoughts. So many thoughts about what's gone on so far, and I'm not okay. I'm genuinely not okay. I am here, in this book, and shit's gone down. Sorry if you can hear hissing in the background, and a fan going off. I'm cooking, and I don't film at the right times. We're well aware of my problems with filming. In fact, wait there 1 second. My eggs are overflowing. I'd filled up the water too high. But anyway, we're going to talk about Empire of Storms. So we start this. Where do we start even? So many things have happened. So in the prologue, we do like a flashback to Elena and her partner. I think it's her mate, who's a human called Gavin. And it's kind of like what happened, and I'm guessing it's near the back end of the war before Elena was no longer Eleanor, sorry. Elena, I don't know. Anyway, we then jump to current times where a lead is trying to get away. She's being not spotted, but there's like witches on the hunt for somebody. We find out it's Lorcan, but she's still hiding from people because she's not supposed to be where she is. She's supposed to be with her uncle and, you know, getting inseminated by these Volk spawn and tortured as she has been for so long. And we find out that Lorcan's actually stalking her, which is super fucking creepy, by the way. So he noticed that she was like not with anybody, and he would be watching her, and he was waiting for the time to like approach her, and like it was all very weird. It was all very strange and just not the vibe. But a lead ended up getting away from the witches who were like had the weapons that they were searching for what she didn't know was Lorcan at the time, but she did have like these senses that somebody was following her. So she didn't know who it was, but it's starting to feel like, although she's human, and it's like Lorcan smelled her. Again, that sounds really creepy, but he caught her scent, and she was scented. Her scent is of a human, but something other as well. And it's just, I still don't know exactly what she is. Like, is she a Blackbeak? Like, how can she, her scent be human, but then she has these witchy senses? Like, unless I've missed something, which is quite possible that I've done that. Do we still fully know what she is? I don't know. But she gets herself into a situation with her and Lorcan where she has to pretend that he's her husband, and the whole situation actually made me laugh, not gonna lie. Lorcan trying to pretend to be like a doting husband. It's a vibe, and he's starting to realise that she's been through a lot as well, and he's seen her, how mangled her leg was, and he knows kind of like more about what torture she's been through and stuff like that by the way she's talking. And she did this thing where she was trying to sort of like be more Manon. We'll get to Manon in a minute. Be more Manon and like be more assertive and commanding how she was talking so that she could get her own way. And I don't know if that's part of like her power or she was just growing in confidence, but she was thinking of like being more Manon, like be like how she talks, and like, and then the way it came across was very much like a domineering sort of like Manon type of conversation that she had, and she got what she wanted anyway. But I don't fully know what Elide and Lorcan, what their relationship's going to be like. Is he going to grow to respect her, or is he actually going to betray her and just like drop her as soon as he gets what he wants? Elide is looking for Selena and also Aelin, who she doesn't know is the same person. Lorcan does know, and then when Elide told him about this, he had a reaction, but he didn't, and she knows that he's keeping things from her. But he didn't say that Selena and Selena and Aelin are the same person. But he's got his own agenda, as we all know. He still doesn't know that he's got a fake artifact and that he's got the fake amulet, sorry, and the fake word key. When he finds that out, I don't know what he's going to do, because he was going to use it or he was going to get out, but then he realised that, bear with me, the eggs are overflowing again. Oh, surprise, I'm back. So, anyway, yeah, there's a whole Elide and Lorcan situation. I don't know if he's gonna betray Maeve and like stay with the good guys and actually help them, or whether he's just gonna get done what he needs to get done and then bugger off and leave Elide to her own devices and just like leave her in the lurch. But I think the more he gets to know her, the more he realises that she's actually more than what she appears, and I love that for her. But also, we still don't know, I still don't feel like we know what she is, or like what her actual powers are, if she has any, what she can do with them, all that stuff. And I would like to know more about her. We then move on to Adrian. We then move on to Rowan and Aelin, and they've gone to, is it Dornan? Was it, I want to say his name's Dornan. Maybe I'm wrong. Where have I got Dornan from? Dorian? Not Dorian either. What the hell is his name? He's an arsehole anyway. So Aelin, Rowan and Darrow. That's his name, Darrow. So we have been under the impression that Aelin is now Queen of Terrasen and da-da-da. No. She has to be voted as like in favour. She needs to be voted in by like the council, a council of people. And Darrow, who she was supposed to be meeting and thought that she could ask for support from, has gone against her with a number of other people, which means the majority is against her becoming Queen of Terrasen. And he's given her this like letter thing that shows all the signatures on. And the way that he spoke to Aelin, made me want to yeet the book out of the window, but not because I wasn't enjoying it, because I am sick to death of people just assuming, and I know that this is just part of the story, assuming that she's just wandered off and played pretty for 10 years and she's just had a life of luxury and that nothing bad's happened to her and that she's just been prim and prissy and like everything's been hunky-dory. Like no, friends and frenemies, enemies, whatever. That's not the case. And I would love to see the look on Darryl's face if he knew the whole story. I don't even know if he does, but she did mention that she was in Endovia and he didn't seem to flinch, so I don't know. But all they see is like she's worked as an assassin and that she had all the luxury and the nice clothes and blah blah blah, but he doesn't know what went on in order for her to get to that point. And that is what really pisses me off about Darryl. One of the things anyway, and the fact that he just was like, absolutely not, you can stay princess, you might be like the heir by blood, but we're never going to vote you in. And it's basically because he wants to be king, he wants to be voted in as, and I'm not about this. As soon as we met him I didn't like him, but then we've got Rin, who was unsure about what side to be on, and I think something's going to happen to, and I keep forgetting his name as well, I'm really shit with names. What's his name? Murtaugh, I think that's his name, the elderly one. I think he's going to end up dying because he's not doing the best. But yeah, I feel like she's still being underestimated. She's still being like thought of as like this prissy princess that's just have a life of luxury, and it's like, oh, well, you slept with the enemy's son, and blah 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 blah. Like, but you don't understand. And I know that's the point of the readers, that we do understand and he doesn't. But I just feel like it's annoying. It's been annoying, but they haven't been able to get the help. So how are they going to defeat the king's army? Like, how are they going to defeat the Volk when they just haven't got the help? And they've tried to, they tried their best to warn this motherfucker. So when shit hits the fan, he's going to be regretting all these decisions. So I know that this is going to come to bite him in the ass. Shit's going to get worse before it gets better, and I'm going to be a broken human more than I already am. I am well aware that this is going to happen, and I say I'm going to prepare for it, but I don't think I will be prepared for it at all, in any way, shape or form. All I care about is Rowan, aging, Lysandra. Oh my god, Lysandra staying in her, like, animal form, like shifter forms, like shifting in different animals, but not wearing her human form, speaks volumes. Like, that, to me, she hates how she's been treated as a human. So the less time she spends in her human form, is the better for her. And that sort of comment was made by Adrian, and they've got like a little bit of flatter banner going on, which I really enjoy. I can't see them being a thing. I don't think it would work as a thing. I don't think. But like, the flannel that they've got is really cute, and I just love the fact that it's kind of like a found family vibe, and Aileen calls them her court, and I love that, and he calls Rowan his brother, like just those vibes. I'm loving those vibes, and I just can't wait to like read more. I just don't want anyone of her court to have anything bad happen to them. But Lysandra is a savage, and I also love that about her. Like, she will protect. It's peak. It's peak. We're then gonna move on to Manon. I don't want to. So she went down. She was supposed to attack Rifthold, and then Rifthold was attacked. Dorian, she freed Dorian. We don't know fully what her motives are when she does this, but then she killed a fellow witch, a yellow leg. She killed her, and then when they went back to the covens and everyone, and she said that the yellow leg came for her first, and the princess got free because she came for her. Then she had to defend herself, blah blah blah. They apparently believed this from her, because the girl that she saved in earlier book, I can't remember her name, the heir of like another one of the covens, she sort of vouched for her and said, well, she risked her life to save me, why would she then turn around and kill another witch? Like, what the hell? And then they were like, right, okay, we'll believe you then. But then her grandmother was like, blood for blood. You took one of the other legs, they could take a black beak, and I'm choosing it to be your second. That in itself, I wanted her grandma to be unalived immediately. Like, just swift chopping of the head, absolutely fine by me. Let the witch roll. I don't care. She's absolutely awful. They've been together 100 years. Like, her and, despite the differences, 100 years. I know how close I am to my friends after a couple of years, but 100? Astrid was about to die. And Manana decided to give her the death, like, to spoke to like a more honourable death, like the death that she felt like she deserved. If basically, Manana was thinking, if she's gonna die, I'm gonna be the one that takes her life. So what the plan was that all the yellow legs were gonna line up and then basically just have at it. But then she invoked the right of execution, so she could execute her. So we stood there, her above Astrid, cousins, 100 years of like familial love, but also bonding, and like just the pain of that in itself. And I was just like, knowing what's happened in previous books, I know that she's capable of just doing what her grandmother says. The difference is, since then, she's found out more about what her grandmother's plans are. She's working for like the Vogue. She's helping like impregnate her. Like, she's just an evil, even more evil than I think Manon thought she was. And she's learned so much more about her grandmother since then, and she's starting to learn more about herself. So I was hoping that she wouldn't go ahead and do this, and she didn't. Ashton was like, she didn't get executed, but what she did go and do, what this crazy bitch went and did, was swing for her grandma. She swung for her, and like obviously her grandma got away, but just with a bit of an injury. But it just like all hell broke loose, and then she shouted at her 13 or 12 left to like get away, to go to the women's go, and she was just, I think she thought that she was gonna die, but she just wanted to bide her time enough to let them get away. The whole fight, I had this wrenching feeling that Manon was not gonna get through this alive. As powerful as she is, it's her grandmother is in the position that she is for a reason. It's her grandmother, like, she's been alive way longer. She's way more savage than Manon ever has been. And then we find out that the woman that she killed at the beginning, right earlier, the one where she took the red coat off her, and her grandma was like, you need to kill this witch, that was her half-sister. They were related. Her dad was actually a Crocken witch. She's actually like, her dad's a Crocken, and she killed her half-sister who had come looking for her, but she didn't know that. But she told her this as she was killing her, as she was attacking her. Abraxas, when she got away in Abraxas, I then had a little bit of hope that maybe the wounds that were inflicted upon her were not fatal. However, they were pursued by some yellow legs, and the people that came from her 12 to the rest of her 12 to help her, the people that came, the witches that came to help her from her 13 were sort of like diverting the enemies away, and we then realise how bad her wounds are. And this is a part that I am 100% not lying. I wanted to DNF. I've really been loving every other storyline throughout this whole book. I would still, even if I DNF'd it, I would still rate it 4 stars. I'd have to knock a star because I DNF'd, but I would still give the rest of the story a really high rating. But the fact that she killed off Manon, I was genuinely not going to pick this back up again. Honestly, I was upset. I was angry. And when the whole world went black for Manon, I was just like, turn the audio off, put the book down, take a breather. As I messaged Smash, and I was like, Manon is dead. There's some decisions that Sarah J Maas makes in her books that I don't fully agree with at the time, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, whatever, like, progresses the story, like, but for why? For what plot progression and what purpose does Manon die? Why do we give her this massive character arc from going from like a really heartless iron tooth witch to learning that she can be more, to actually being a good person, to then just kill her off? And I felt like she had so much more to give, and I was absolutely devastated. I did decide to continue the book, and I'm not gonna DNF. I almost did. I'm still pissed that she's killed her off, and I'm never gonna be okay with it. I can't. I really don't want to continue the book, but I've told Smash I will. I'm going to continue the book. It, as petty as it might sound, it is going to get Dr. Star because she killed Manon off, and it was just not the right thing to do. And people may call me petty. The rest of the book is amazing. I just can't. I can't give it a 5 now. She's killed Manon off. I can't. So that's me, and there's very long ass intro. To be fair, it's an intro plus 19 chapters, so 18 chapters. The rest of it won't be this long, but the maximum I can give this now, I think, would be a 4, because she killed off my mum. Lie to you, I did get a bit further than chapter 18. I'm actually on chapter 20. They've already on the road with the circus, and they've had a conversation with Nick, and Nick told them about Rifthold. Why I skipped back chapters, I don't know, but yeah. Okay, so Rowan and Dorian have made it to the King of the Pirates, or the Lord of the Pirates, or whatever, and we found that the Volg have taken over the east side of his island, and he's had to fight to get what he's got back. And then Gabriel turns up. They were part of Rowan's cadre, Bloodsworn to Maeve. They turn up and seemingly are working for Rolf. What? Gabriel, Aiden's dad. Gabriel! That can't be good. That can't be good. Hi, so it's been a bit of time since I updated you last. I'm on chapter 52 now, and we have got some updates. So we had, the last time I updated you, I thought my nan was dead. My nan is now alive, thankfully, yay. She found her way to Aileen, but Aileen's kind of keeping her as like a prisoner at the moment. Well, she was, and then she let her go because the Ilken attacked, and Gabrielle and Fenris and everyone was like helping. And I know that they're still like under like Bloodsworn to Maeve, but I think that the little band of people is kind of like, they're kind of coming together a bit more. Like Aileen clearly genuinely cares about Fenris because she tries to help save his life. So it's, even though they were brought together by not great circumstances, and I don't think they still fully trust each other, I think there is some kind of growing bond there. When we now found a way to Aileen, she's then started talking more to Dorian, and her and Dorian have got this flanter that's kind of gone a bit further than flanter. I can see them maybe getting together just casually, but I can't see them being in a relationship. I just don't know if that would work. I think it's just sexual tension. Rowan and Aileen finally did the deed, and it was crazy, and had to put a shield around them to like protect the magic and shit. And Lysandra turned into a fucking sea dragon. A sea dragon. And she's just even more badass than she was before, because she can shift into so many different forms, and Adrian is clearly in love with her. Clearly in love with her. And the fact that he met his dad and then ranted at him about hating him and never, and like how he left his mum and stuff and didn't come after, like, and like how his mum died because she had no protection and stuff. And there's been like this like very like tumultuous relationship between them now. Well, I said tumultuous, it's kind of like a standoff. But Gabrielle wants to like make up with Adrian, and Adrian's kind of like no, but obviously still cares about his dad, because when his dad got injured in the Ilken attack, he was kind of like, oh my god, a little bit. So there's that. But then we've got Alid and Lorcan, who have now left the Travel Informers. The Ilken attacked them, wanting to get Alid. He saved them and like fought them, and Nick obviously then realised that he was more than a human, because he could like just slay these Ilken, and then they were ratted out and they've been betrayed basically, so him and Alid are out on the run by themselves. And I think there's feelings growing there. He's just kind of said, I will protect you at all costs, I will always find you. And then there was a situation where Vernon came back and tried to take Alid back to Morath, and sorry, my battery died. So they've had this moment where Vernon tried to come back and take Alid back to Morath. Alid had already told Lorcan that she's never going to go back there. Oh, and by the way, when the Ilken attacked the Travellers, because they centred and then got him an Ethan, a lead. He found out her name wasn't Marion, it was a lead, and then they had this big sort of like standoff argument, and he's like, you lied to me, and she's like, well, you've lied to me, and yada yada yada, they all got an eye open, and blah, blah, blah. So there's still tension between them, and she's still clearly very wary of him, but they've started to grow closer. He's grown to realise he actually cares about her. So when they went to this like river, because they needed to get some supplies, when they went into the port and he realised there was something wrong, like, even before that happened, I kind of felt something was going on with them, but the fact that it sort of solidified of the fact that he stayed and tried to save her and went to save her and did just leave her because he got what he wanted. Well, he could have got what he wanted. He didn't have the word key at this point, but he could have just taken the word key and then gone. So yeah, he said he'll protect her at all costs and he'll like always find her, and then because he saved her, she's gonna like gooey-eyed and said the same to him. So I'm not sure if anything's gonna happen with them. It'd be kind of cute if they did, but Lorcan's still bound to Maeve, so I don't know if that blood bond breaks when she dies, or Maeve's gonna have to die for him to not go back to her, but also he has to survive, because technically Maeve did actually send Gabrielle and Fenris after Lorcan to kill him, because he left. We know why he left. This is the whole thing. So yeah, Maeve's just a bitch. I want her to die so then Gabrielle, Fenris and Lorcan can be released from their blood bonds, and then Gabrielle can build a relationship with Adrian and everything can be fine, and they can realise that he was blood sworn to Maeve, so there was, you know, he couldn't really break the rules, and you know, he did actually say there's only one person who would have broken the rules for, like, well, it was his mum, and I was like, oh, that's adorable, but you didn't, did you? You didn't break the rules, you didn't try and break the bond. Well, you didn't break the bond, but anyway, that's not bad. It's by the by. Did I say Rowan and Aileen have officially like claimed each other now? What else happened? Sea Dragon, Lysandra! We're kind of up to date. I have no idea where this is gonna go. So coupling wise, we've got going on Rowan and Aileen. Potentially Lysandra and Adrian. You could tell that Adrian is totally in love with Lysandra, but whether or not she's just like philandering with him, I don't know if the feelings for him are sort of like reciprocated, but I hope they are, because Adrian just deserves like deserves a love. Let's just get them bonded, get them together, married, mated, whatever, and if Lorcan turns out to be a good guy and doesn't betray them and can get free of Maeve without other people getting hurt like Lysandra or Aileen or Lead, then they could make a cute couple. They've been through a lot together. He's still an arrogant prick, but he's starting to change, like realise his ways, sort of thing. He's like 500 years old though, so you can kind of forgive him for being a bit of a twat. What else? I think that's it. We're gonna dive back in because so much has happened. But oh, she's found out. Did I tell you that we found out that it's Crocken? She's a Crocken Queen. Renon's a Crocken Queen. Did I say that? And now Aileen knows. But also the thing that Baba Yellowlegs said to us was about nameless thing. I think she's realised what that means, and I hate the crypticness. Like, to be honest, I would be as annoyed as Aileen is with all these like cryptic riddles and stuff. Like, just tell me what's happening so I can try and sort it. Not like, oh, why wolf and starry skies. Like, I hate riddles like that. Like, these mysterious, stop it, just stop it. And yeah, Elena, was coming back from, like, was being summoned, and she was very much like, oh my God. And she's like, Aylin's like, no, tell me straight, what's going on? And oh yeah, Aylin nearly blew everyone up. Like, dove into her power, and like, because Deanna decided to pop up, the god just decided to pop up and take over her body and then try and like blast everyone. So then she took over because Rowan stood in front of her, and it was all dramatic. It was all dramatic. But yeah, that's the update. You're welcome for the rant. I finished Emperor Stars a while ago now, and I forgot to give you an update on the ending. Why I did this, I don't know. We're just gonna pretend that I didn't. So, I did take some notes, and I can't remember the last time we updated you, or I updated you, should I say. The ending was very... I think the reason why I didn't update you because the ending was just a lot. It was very a lot. So that went on. Actually, that's hard. We saw it coming. We saw it coming. But I'm really struggling to find out when I last updated you. What my notes were. There's Adian and Lysandra starting to develop a thing, but obviously with Lysandra's past, Adian like taking it slow. And I just think that is adorable. The way that he said, it was like thinking to himself, even if she doesn't think this way about me, I will be there for her. Like, he was giving himself fully to her without expecting anything back. And it's like, well, if she chooses to be with somebody else, like, she can go be happy, but I'm still gonna be there for her. And I was just like, you want that, don't you, from a partner? You want that. You want that. The whole revelation that Rowan and Aylin were mates, and that Maeve concocted this plan to like force him together with someone else, for them to like to get her pregnant and lose her baby, for them to concoct this whole getting together with Aylin later down the line when she was of age, and this massive plan reveal was the biggest mindfuck, like the biggest, like, wow. And the fact that Lorcan, Lorcan, I wanted to believe in Lorcan so much. I wanted to believe, I know that he's blood sworn to me, I know that he's very limited, or well, he was very limited as to what he can do now that he's sort of fallen for a lead, or like it looks like he's fallen for a lead. But him and Galvin, Adia's dad, them being like broken, their bonds being broken, like severed. I'm still unsure whether or not I'm gonna continue to like Lorcan, and I'm hoping that he can kind of redeem himself a little bit in the next book. And like I said, I know he's blood sworn to Maeve, so he was limited as to what he could actually do, but he did want to protect the lead. And it was just, he betrayed them by calling Maeve when they got, like, when they saw Rowan and Aylin, and he messed up, guys. He did mess up. And then Maeve reveals this whole thing and then takes Aylin. Not just takes her, makes her take off her shirt and gets lashes, and makes her count the lashes, which she refuses to do. So then she just continues to lash him, and then Rowan doesn't see this because he's not there, and then when he comes back he finds his shirt, and then Lysandra like shapeshifts into pretending to be Aylin. Like oh god, the more I think about it, the more I think, what the hell is Kingdom of Ash gonna hold? So we've got Maeve, who's taken Aylin, Rowan, who just found that out, but also now has to pretend to be all loved up with Lysandra, who's pretended to be Aylin, but Lysandra and Lysandra and Adian have kind of got this little thing going, and then Lorcan and Big G, Adian's dad, has got their bond severed, So that means that they're left without things. Then Fenris has still got his bond, and then where does it leave Lorcan and Big G? Like, Brian, will Lady warm to him and be like, come on, Dad, we can come with me, and we'll be together, and we'll fight together, and will Lorcan do that? And I'm like, or not, I don't know. And then to find out that during the whole situation with Maeve, Aileen dropped the word keys into Manon's pocket, which is at one point when Manon was just not sticking up for it, like not backing Aileen at all. I was just like, bitch, are you really just gonna go back on everything now? Are you really gonna go back to the old Manon? But no, there is a reason she couldn't like back Aileen. It's because she had the word keys, and then she has, oh my god, I'm not okay. I do really want to go reread that now though, but I'm not okay, but I can't reread it. But anyway, those are my thoughts, feelings and ponderances. Now it's time for Kingdom of Ash. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. I'm scared. I'm not ready, but I need to read this, and it is a thickums. So we're gonna be diving into this, and I'm gonna. Do I need to recap Tower of Dawn? I forgot to do a vlog on that one. So I think I did Empire of Storms, and then I forgot to vlog Tower of Dawn. But basically, we just followed Kaol, and then he married Irene, and then there was just some more this love. And I nearly called it Inuyasha then. That's not her name. What's her name? Nezrin. Is he called Sakta? His name's gone out of my head. Why have I lost the name? But the prince that we met in Tower of Dawn, they're together and everything's all hunky-dory with them, and I love Kaol even more. And I know that Kaol haters out there, and I know that he said something nasty about Aileen, and he's still very judgy near the end, but I know that they've all been through a lot. They have all been through a lot. But I still feel like he's judged too harshly. But that's just a me thing. And that is that on that. I am excited to finally dive into Kingdom of Ash and finish off my last Sarah J. Maas book. And I'll be up to date. I will be continuing with the Maas Along, but from here forward for the Maas Along, they are all going to be rereads. So this is the last book that I need to read so that I can I'll be fully caught up with Sarah J. Maas. And that's a lot, because there's eight books in this series, and then there was 4 books and a novella in the ACOTAR series and 3 Crescent Sea books. Bearing in mind I read all that in between other books, and I only started reading back end of 2020. And Anyway, I'm going to take my book. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that I got these covers. Although books No Age still have covers for this series and ACOTAR that I really just want to get matching sets of. I'm going to see if they do Crescent City sets as well. Because if they do a similar set for Crescent City, I might just get all 3 series. I don't know, we'll decide. We'll decide at a later date when I've actually got some moolah to spend. But I do have them saved in a bookmark. Because I have no chill when it comes to these books. This is probably would say that this is my favourite series overall. I think I need to do a reread of ACOTAR before I say for certain. But I think it would actually go this, ACOTAR, and then Crescent City as it stands, unless Kingdom of Ash really is an epic fail and lets me down. I doubt it, but I don't want to totally rule it out because I've been disappointed by books before. Jen Lyons, I'm looking at you. The last book in that series was a massive letdown and brought the average of the series down. But so far, with the end of the Crescent City trilogy, House of Flame and Shadow, it ended on a high. So let's just hope this one does too. I'll be back when I've read some of Kingdom of Ash. Hello friends, I'm coming in with an update on Kingdom of Ash. And what the fuck? What? I don't... Okay, so I'm trying to... We're only 30 chapters in, guys. I don't know how many chapters there actually are. But I'm literally just there. I'm there. And we have had so much trauma. So much trauma that I just don't... Poor Aileen was literally tortured and then healed and then tortured and then healed just because they wanted some information. And it was like, I can't. And I know that what Lorcan did at the end of Empire of Storms is like when he I can't word. When he explained to Elide that he wasn't crawling towards Maeve, he was crawling towards Aileen, trying to get to Aileen when the blood bond, the blood oath was broken. Oh Jesus, that literally. And then the silent connection and communication between Fenris and Aileen when they were like blinking to each other, that whole thing was just heartbreaking. And oh god, I knew that this book was gonna literally stamp on every single emotion, but I did not think that it would just hit you coming out of the gates, do you know what I mean? And oh god, I'm really glad that we've got a bit more like Sartak and Nezrin. They've appeared again. We've had Chaol and Irene, which I'm really glad for. And the way that Irene spoke to Chaol's dad, like, yes bitch, he's a twat. So I was so happy that she just sort of stood her ground with him. And they are so well matched, it's untrue. Like, oh, I can't. But Rowan going full feral, like angry, like I'm gonna like murder vibes when he saw Aileen and the state that she was in after she'd been tortured. Get me a guy like that, seriously. If you are gonna go feral when someone hurts me, obviously I don't really want people to be murdered and stuff, but do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna continue listening now. Are we serious? Are we serious? She's pregnant? Pregnante. Pregnantanu. She's pregnant? Is this good? Is this bad? How is she gonna magic? Not Aileen. Aileen's not pregnant. Obviously, it's just, oh my god, Irene is pregnant. But does this mean, she's using a magic a lot to, help Chaol the strength and stuff. Does this mean that she's gonna die? Is something bad gonna happen? Is she gonna lose a baby? Oh, we've introduced another thing into the thing, and I don't want it to be a thing, but it can't have a happy... Can everything be a happy ending? Can it all be a happy ending? I don't know. I'm stressed. Let's continue. Let's continue. Fenris has broken the blood oath. Is he gonna die? We can't go. Is he gonna die? Okay, we're not gonna cry. We're not gonna cry. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. They're gonna find a way. He can't die. He can't die. Nope. Okay, Fenris is alive. Fenris is alive. And, Lorcan, Blood Oath, Aileen. can we just talk about the trauma, the absolute devastation that was going through my whole body when, just like saying, take it off, take it off, take it off, and the devastation in her voice, the way that she was broken down to her core, and she was literally a shell of herself for so long, and Rowan was just a being about it was just there for her. He knew that she'd been through trauma, and he knew that she had to come round in her own time. The way that he was just so thoughtful of, he wanted to help and he wanted to fix things, but he knows how ill it is, and she has to come round in her own time. And then, like, Fenris staying in his wolf form for so long because he didn't want to talk about what they'd been through. And then when they did the hug, and they were just holding each other because he finally came out of his wolf form into human to help them. Oh. And when he just told them that Connor had to stab himself in the heart. This is a lot. This is just emotions everywhere. Emotions everywhere. And I can understand why people love this book so much, but they're all so traumatized by this book. I don't know. I'm scared because I'm literally not even halfway through, and we've had like a pregnancy thrown in. We now know that Dorian's off to, I want to call it Mordor, but it's not Mordor. But he's out to get the third way key by himself, and he knows that he's gonna have to end up sacrificing himself in order to like fix the war and win the war. And Aileen's struggling with, like, is it going to be her or is it going to be Dory? Because one of them has to lose a life, don't they? Like, it has to be one or the other. Like, how can Miss Mass? How do you pick? I know that we're supposed to perform. Like, I don't know. I don't want Dorian's life to end either. I really can't cope. I haven't like fully sobbed at any part of this yet, but the tears have been streaming. The torturing, when she was screaming to take it off, when Fenris, I thought he was unalived. There's been so many times where like the tears have been streaming, but I haven't actually sobbed yet. With like, but I think that we're still early days and that could happen, and I'm being very animated because I'm also very scared. I'm supposed to be going to bed, but I feel like I need to read some more. But I'm so tired because the emotional toll this is taking, emotional toll this book is taking on me is ridiculous. What do we do? What do we do, guys? What do we do? Hello, friends. So, I'm coming in to give you an update on Kingdom of Ash. I'm so crap at this recently, honestly. I'm now like 65% of the book, probably more, not gonna lie, but I've just been so invested in everything, literally everything. It's when you even the parts where there's no battle going on, where there's just talking, or like, again, I keep forgetting that this is a spoiler vlog. So the part where Dorian is shifting, he's suddenly like, I say suddenly, he's got control over his magic and he can shift. Fucking, and like so well that he shifted to an insect, into a bird, and the way that he manipulated Maeve, it was just, when you were led to believe that maybe Dorian might have just decided that he was going to betray everyone. And I know deep down in my heart I didn't want him to be that guy, to ally with Maeve, especially given what she did to Selena. Aileen. Keep calling her Selena now. Especially with what she did to Aileen. When he was like agreeing to ally with her, I literally screamed. Not loud. I was just like, no, no, no. And then it was just, I should have known. This is very incoherent, I'm so sorry. I should have known that he wouldn't have done that. But I don't trust authors anymore. And authors have a habit of breaking my heart and doing things to characters that I don't agree with. And that is one thing I love about the authors that I read. It hurts, but they pull no punches. Through the trauma of Fenris and Aileen, and they were freed, and then Dorian set out by himself after Manon offered to marry him. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would have loved that to be a thing, but it's been discussed that that's not something Manon wants. She just didn't know how to express how she felt about Dorian, and she thought that was the way to do it. But I'm glad that Dorian didn't just agree to it, because that's also what he wanted. He wanted to be with her. Even though you know that he's still like the woman he loved, so she was like murdered. And maybe he does have those feelings for Manon, maybe they're not as strong, I don't know. But there's something there. And yes, it would have been great if they could have pursued that in that way, but again, that wouldn't have been true to the character of Manon, because she doesn't want to be tied down like that, and she said she doesn't. So the fact that they didn't use that as like a cop out, as a way out, as just like as an easy fix for their relationship to be a thing, I'm really glad that didn't happen anyway. Although, you know, I do want them to be happy together, but you don't have to be married to be happy together. And that also makes me think potentially that one of them is going to die, and I'm scared. I don't want any of them to die. Oh, I'm currently in the middle of making myself like a yogurt and jelly, which is why I'm stood up here. And I just, my thoughts. Can I give you coherent thoughts? I can't. I genuinely can't. And then when, like, cutting Maeve's tie to be able to world walk. I mean, Dorian's power is ridiculous. I tell you, like, just, I can't cope. I can't cope with how powerful he is. And the fact that he's questioning whether he's human or a demon, I think that's going to be one of those things where it's kind of like, you are determined, you define who you are by your actions rather than where you come from, sort of thing. That might be a moral of that story, I don't know yet. Adrian finally admitting to Lysandra that he loves her. Now, granted, wasn't the right way to do it or the right time to do it, just when they thought they were going to die, the whole dramatic, I'm not sending anyone else away because I don't love any, I'm not in love with anybody else. I'm just like, dude, yes, she lied to you, her and Aileen lied to you, and I get it, but some of the things he said, sir, you'll be very lucky if she forgives you. She's kind of sort of started to warm to him and said she'll think about it because he said he loves her, but that would be, he would be in the doghouse for an inordinate amount of time if that happened to me. Like, seriously, some of the things he said, I don't care if it was in anger, I don't care if he felt betrayed by someone he loved, and, well, by two people loved, one that he was in love with and one that was supposed to be family for him. I don't care. I genuinely, there's no excuse to react and speak to people like that. And I don't know, he built the story anyway. It was all for the story, but I still didn't agree with it. And it was very much like, I don't like it. I don't like it. but I'll put up with it, whatever. Now, my non, like, she's accepted her crown as the queen of the Crockens, and she's like the queen of witches, and she is just a badass queen. She's just a badass. She's just absolutely ridiculous and amazing, and she just vibes, and they're coming to help in the fight. And Darrow, I'm sorry, but Darrow trying to be nice to, I forgot her name, because like the little girl who was the ward of Lysandra, you're still a prick. You've still made it extremely, like, difficult for Aelin. And being nice to this little girl, yes, I'm glad that that's a thing. And you've like tried to keep her busy because you don't want her to see the war and stuff like that. But still, you're a dick for treating Aelin the way that you did. Not that I'm talking to him right now, I'm just saying he's still a dick for doing what he did. But anyway, I'm going to sit down now. I'm currently watching Tori's Birthday Sprints, and I don't know how long we have left, but I do have 4 hours and 5 minutes left of my audio. But I've been listening to it on 2.2 speed because I've been doing other things as well. I've been trying to, yeah, anyway, I'll talk about that in my weekly vlog. I've choked up at places, and there have been parts where I've just been like, no, and then thinking things, and then thinking people have been unalived, and no, I don't know. I'm just, everyone can't come out of this alive and well. I know they can't, because it's just not possible. Given everything that everyone's been through, and everything we know so far, they can't all come out of it alive and well. They can't. And I'm scared because I don't know who she's going to sacrifice. I have a feeling that even if we don't lose one of the main characters, I think we might lose the baby, which will break my heart. Because innocent little babies, nope, can't cope. Nope. I'm getting emotional thinking about it. Nope, can't have that. But I don't want anyone else to die. Oh God. Anyway, we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back when I have more thoughts. Just as I say, I don't want anyone to die, Adrian gets injured. Are you joking me? He better not die. He better not die. He better not die. When I said I didn't want anyone to die, I realised that she was going to make someone the way the 13 just sacrificed themselves. It was beautiful, also so horrible. I can't. So sad. I knew that some people would have to die. I said that, like, not everyone could survive, but the way that they just, this was just after Abraxas got attacked as well, so I thought Abraxas was gonna die, and then the way Manon just broke because Abraxas got hurt, and then Astrid looking her in the face, being like, live. Hi, I'm just going in to say I finished Kingdom of Ash, and it was just trauma. I forgot to close out this vlog. I'm literally giving you this clip as I edited, as I'm editing the vlog, because I realised that I didn't close it out because the last clip is of me sobbing. So you're welcome for that. I really loved how everything ended. I'm really sad that Gavriel died, but it kind of made sense for the story. Oh, but just the way that he made up with Adrian, and sort of Adrian realised that his dad was there for him and only for him, and although he was loyal to Aileen and would take the blood oath, it was for him and he was doing it for him. And the fact that Adrian realised that and was just like, right, okay, we'll do this together, and then his dad turned around and just sacrificed himself. There's been a lot of sacrificing themselves in this. Seriously, guys, you need to stop. Stop. But it was brilliant. Like Sartak and Nezrin and everyone getting together at the end to like fix everything and have the coronation, and they're going their separate ways, but we know that they will meet up again. And obviously there's no books after this, but it leaves it as if like, we'll stay in touch, we'll be friends, sort of thing. And I really enjoyed that, and I love the fact that Gabrielle was finally able to take the blood oath, and that Aileen did it when, like, before, like, just after he died, and she allowed him to, that whole thing was just so heartwarming and so devastating that, yeah, I did say this, and I've said this multiple times, I knew that everyone couldn't have a happy ending, I really did, but I was hoping that possibly they would. But the 13, oh my god, the witches, the Iron Teeth clan, like, oh shit, that threw me for a loop. And I think I mentioned it in my, like, sobby clip. It was just after Abraxas had been attacked, and I was just like absolutely devastated and thinking that Abraxas was going to die, and then they were saving him, and Manon was like, give me another wyvern, like, or wyvern, whatever you want to call them, give me another one and I'll ride, and I will fix this, I will sort this. But then they knew that they couldn't get rid of the Iron Tower without, like, people dying. But and then when they started reading out the prophecy, and like all the prophecy was coming through, like the nameless one ended up being Dorian's dad, because Dorian's dad stepped in, and the Aileen was allowed to keep a little bit of a power, and both Dorian and Aileen's powers are now depleted, but they still have some. That's great. I really enjoyed the ending with all of them, but I did like the fact that there was this cheeky thing between Manon and Dorian where she was like, I might come by sometime and see you, and it was just, that bit was, it fit their relationship perfectly. All the endings fit the relationships so well, and the Lord Locken made me giggle so hard. And the fact that he didn't care, he was like, I'll take your name, I will be called Lord Locken, and I don't care. And it was just the best ending. I could totally understand why that is so many people's favourite series. I think I'm going to be doing a review of ACOTAR, so this may change, but at the moment, this, out of the 3 Sarah J Maas series that I've now fully either completed or come up to date with, I would say that this is my favourite series overall. But A Court of Silver Flames, just for how it resonates with me and mental health, is probably my favourite book individually. Other than, I don't know, Air of Fire was also up there as well. I don't know, but Tower of Dawn was great. Maybe I'm lying to you, I don't know. But yeah, I'm so happy with how this series ended. Thank you very much, Smash, for recommending this series to me, putting it on my friends recommended list so that I would have to read it even if you weren't doing Mass Along, but I do appreciate doing Mass Along as well, so that I get to experience Mass with you and the girls, and like seeing your thoughts and feelings and ponderances on all of the Mass books, and watching you and Tori on live has been great. So yeah, I appreciate you having me along for the ride and recommending these books to me, because they have been a whirlwind of emotions, but so much fun. So yeah, if you do like me and you want to see more of me, please like, comment, subscribe to all the good stuff. And if you're here and you want to let me know you've been already today, please leave a black heart, very much appreciated. And until next time, enjoy what you're reading, what you want to do, and I'll see what it is.
I left my phone at my brother's place. It's not my fault, don't